Hello, all. This is Dr. Dheeraj Masapu, and see, all of you are earning some amount of money. Some of you might be earning moderately, some of you might be earning a lot of money. But in the initial part of your career, you will often wonder, where is all this money going on? Without even you realizing, your bank balance would be zero after 5 years. I'll tell you why. This happened to me. I started earning in 2012. Okay, that's the time I finished my PG. Leave all the stipends and all that, this thing. And 2012, I started earning a decent amount of money, and then till 2017, that is where in almost like 5 year period, I had almost nothing in my account because I did some mistakes. I am going to tell you that in this particular video, and also I am going to tell you some strategy called Money Grow, where different investment vehicles I am going to tell you. Okay, I am not a SEBI registered financial advisor, so don't take my advice very seriously. But the thing is, that is what I follow, and I am going to tell you those things. First, let me tell you the mistakes which I did. The first mistake which I did is not investing my money in mutual funds, because I didn't have a clue of what mutual fund is, what a stock market is, and I didn't know anything about real estate, so I didn't invest any money, and I actually kept the money in bank, and it kept flowing to some other areas since I didn't invest. That is the first mistake. The second mistake is that I thought I need a big lump sum money to invest. Basically, I was thinking I should have some 10 lakhs, 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs to invest, but I didn't know the power of 5,000, 10,000 rupees which I was having at that time. And then if I had invested small SIPs during that time, that money would have gone significantly now by compounding principle. Okay, I would have made a hell lot of money, which I didn't do. Okay, and the third mistake which I did is I gave off money to multiple people, since money is there in the account, and somebody in the world will always be in a problem, either your friend or relative. They would come to you and ask you a help of 1 lakh, 2 lakhs. If you have some 3, 4 lakhs in your account, you will end up in helping them. But what I recommend is, if you invest off, if you don't have anything in an account, you can tell them that I don't have money. Okay, and then if they really want some money, give them some 10, 15,000 and tell them that they don't have to return it back, and you can save all that money. And the last thing which I spent is on wedding and functions and all that. I was thinking that we have to show our status to people by spending a lot of money, which is very foolish according to me. So I think you should save your money and energy in building your financial wealth than proving to people that this is your status. Because see, that doesn't make sense in a longer run. For that moment, you might feel that is a mandatory thing, but in a longer run, and with 15, 20 years experience, I'm telling that it doesn't carry any sense. Nobody would remember the function that you did, because everybody would be busy in their own stuff. So these are the mistakes which I did. I don't want you to do, and you follow this money growth strategy which I'm going to tell. So M is for mutual funds. What I recommend is, so mutual funds, basically how you need to choose is, leave all the companies and all that. This is not investment advice, So any company you choose, you just look at how it is giving, what kind of return it is giving in the last 10 years. In the 10 years, if something is giving between 8 to 12 is a pretty good return, you can actually choose that particular mutual fund. Other important thing that you need to see is asset under management. If the asset under management is about 10,005 or 10,000 crores, then it is a good decent mutual fund. And the second important thing that you need to see is the expense ratio. How much is the expense ratio? That is the amount of charge they put on you to run that mutual fund. If it is above 2%, please don't take it. Try to keep it less than 1%, and that usually happens when you go for index funds. Okay, so index funds, and usually 0.3, 0.4 or 0.5% would be there. That is a very good expense ratio. And then exit load also is there. Try to keep exit load very low, okay, less than 1%, or prefer to have it near to zero. So these are the different mutual fund important things that you need to know, and don't break your head about which company to go. Anything is fine. Okay, and then the second important thing that you need to know in mutual funds is the SIP system. So always activate the SIP system and keep anywhere the date between 1 to 5 where you get your salary, and then automatically that amount of money should be deducted from your account. So that is the most important thing when you are going for mutual funds. That is M in mutual funds. And about the ELSS, I would like to tell you a bit. ELSS is a type of mutual fund where you can actually redeem in the income tax under ATC. So that is an important thing. If you're a salaried person, if you're taking professional fees, even then, if you're taking professional fees, what happens is, then if you're redeeming the under 44 ADA section, then what happens is, now with the new income tax rule, this ATC and all those things are not considering. If you're going through the old income tax rule, then you can actually redeem. Okay, so this part I covered in one of the video. You can actually see that. In O is opportunity investing. This is my favorite, and this actually I derived from Warren Buffett's principles. You have to always keep O is opportunity. That's free cash should be there. For example, if you kept a free cash of X amount, according to me, maybe 10 to 30 lakhs. If you have a free cash. So this particular free cash will help you when market is dipping. For example, there is a sudden recession in USA, sudden recession in India. The stocks, the cost of mutual funds, the stocks are coming down. That is the time to invest. In COVID time, you should have invested. And then sometimes some distressed properties would be there. For example, somebody is having a health issue and he would sell his property in a cheaper price. It can be a house or a layout, or it can be site. So those are the areas where you can actually invest in. If you have free cash, if you don't have free cash, then you cannot do anything. The same thing applies even to crypto. When Bitcoin falls, I think you should invest in Bitcoin or something. I'll tell you how to invest in Bitcoin when I'm talking about that in this video. Okay, that is about the opportunity investing, about free cash. Free cash should always be there. Okay, don't think that having money in RD and FD is waste. That is the free cash. And whenever you really require to buy something under, when it is distressed, you can use that. So in MO is or N is NPS or government-backed investment. There are three different types of government-backed investments. Number one is NPS, where I put up to 2 lakhs you can put, and when you retire you get. In that, the problem with NPS is only that you can take 60%, 40% you have to leave with the government, and that will go to annuity based on the interest at that point of time. You will get per month. Okay, if your luck is good, if your interest is high during that point of time, you will get more. If your luck is bad, you will get less. So that's why I don't put major amount, little bit I'll put, because it's a government backed and it will be safer in the longer run. PPF is another area where you get a fixed 7.1 interest rate, and 15 years is the lock-in time. You have to keep there. The amount of money you get is tax-free. Completely you can take out. That is the advantage of PPF. In NPS, you cannot take completely. Only 60% is what you can take out. If you have girl childs like me, then Sukanya Samriddhi is a good thing. 8+% you will get. This is the highest return that you can get, and tax-free amount. At the age of 18 years, when the child reaches, you can encash the amount and under the child's name, and it will go to her for her education or something. Okay, so these are the government-backed investments. I think some amount of money you have to keep putting in this. Anywhere between 1 to 2 lakhs you can put in this. So in the money growth strategy, we are coming to E. E is estate. That is a real estate. So real estate, if you're looking at, so me personally, I would prefer almost like 30 to 50% of the income should go to real estate, because the reason I'll tell you, not because it is going to grow rapidly in future, because if you put in real estate, you're not going to encash that for a longer time. Only if there is a crisis in your home or adversity, you would actually encash money from real estate. So real estate is the only instrument which follows the principle of compounding. That is why I'll request you to put money in real estate, not apartments. Apartments problem is after 10 years they'll depreciate, so you wouldn't invest there. If you're staying in an apartment, you can buy some 3 or 4 BHK, that's a different story. But investing in individual houses, layouts, villas, agricultural land, commercial buildings, clinics, all these are different ways of investing. Okay, so because the land should be there, apartment you don't get the land rate, and at any point of time it would depreciate only. So it doesn't make sense in a longer run, because we are looking at a perspective of 20 to 25 years. So apartment which you bought today would actually cost less after 25 years. The site which you bought in the outskirts, if you are able to protect, if it is under a proper when you're buying real estate, there are certain rules and regulations. If you don't know anything about that, what you can do is you can actually hire a lawyer who will do the proper research for you. How to search is property lawyers. There are so many property lawyers. You just ask them, pay them some 20-25,000 rupees. They will go to that location, they will do the research, and they'll give you a report saying that it's a genuine site. And then you can buy. So that is the strategy that you need to follow. Okay. So next coming to Y. Y is yield from gold. Okay, gold compulsory you have to buy, because gold is the hedge against inflation. For example, every year inflation is going at 5 to 6%. For example, 4% if you take, gold also goes. So the amount of money you keep in gold actually is hedge against inflation. Not only that, whenever there is a big recession in future, for example, COVID came, gold has gone up. Recently, gold is going up. If people belief on the regular system is coming down due to some recession or something, gold is the first thing which will go up. Second, Bitcoin would go up. So gold, how to buy? If you ask, physical gold is one way, but you need to keep the gold in lockers, because a lot of robberies are happening nowadays. Or the second way would be the Previously, souvenir gold bonds were there. Now they stopped it because I think government is making some loss there. So that was a very good thing, but there is no point in discussing about that now. ETF, gold ETFs are there. Every bank has gold ETF. You can buy that. It is more like a stock only. You can sell at any point of time. You would get money within a day or two. That's it. So digital gold apps also are there in phone pay and all these things. Also you can buy gold actually. So gold, I recommend at least 5% of your income you have to buy gold. Okay. Coming to G, growth from crypto. So crypto I strongly recommend. See, many people are against crypto, but I will recommend. I'll tell you why. So 5% of money you can put in crypto. You're not going to lose. See, I'll tell you the WazirX story of mine. I lost money in crypto. Okay, I will tell you that story now. So WazirX, what happened is in 2017, the cost of Bitcoin is around 7 to 8 lakhs, and I invested some amount of money. I think a year back, the whole WazirX platform has been now, hacked by some ex-person. Some are saying he's from North Korea, some are saying he's from some Switzerland, something and all that. The case is going on. Luckily, Binance is a company which is actually has taken the cyber security insurance, I think, for the WazirX. So they actually funded. They gave some kind of money to WazirX, and they're repaying our amounts now, but we haven't got the full refund back. So what I recommend is, if you're going through some agency like this, there can be some problem if you put all your money in one kind of a platform. So you can take 2-3 platforms like Coin Switch and Coin something and all like that. You identify. I put in Coin Switch. So 2-3 platforms you can put some X amount of money every month. 3,000 you can put there. In a longer run, it will compound. So even if one platform goes into a problem, other platform will be there. But in Dubai, I think you can directly buy. There's something called Bitcoin banks. You can directly go to the bank and actually buy the Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, why I'm recommending is not Bitcoin. Bitcoin means all the types of coins. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Doge, HBAR, and then Shiba. So many coins are there. You can put in each multiple coins. You will get. I'm telling you, Bitcoin will become 1 million in future. Each Bitcoin, I'll write and give. You can actually see after 5-6 years. You see, Bitcoin will be 1 million in a year. Oh, see, when it was 7 lakhs, I should have bought one Bitcoin. In WazirX, maybe I would have lost some amount of money, but would have gotten back some amount. But if I had invested in a good platform, if I would have bought one Bitcoin when it was 7 lakhs, that would have become 1 million in future. Okay, so that is the kind of returns you get, and some amount of risk you have to take. No, Dheeraj, we don't want to take any risk. So that amount of risk you are taking as a doctor without your knowledge by treating high risk cases. Okay, so don't think that you're actually not doing any risky jobs in your career. Calculated risk is what you have to take. So when you're taking a patient, you are actually explaining them the risk, and then patient is taking the risk, and you are also taking the risk, and you're going ahead with the case. So it is not a new thing for you to not taking risk. So you have to take some amount of risk and get into these platforms, and then it's not that you lose all the money. So it is just an element of risk. If you get the return, then it will be a very good thing. Okay, think about it. Finally, you have to take the call. Okay, I'm not an investment advisor now. So coming to our strategy of money grow, R is for rental income. I already spoke about real estate, but rental income is a different concept which is coming up now. A latest concept which is coming up now is called as a co-living concept. If you're staying in metros, there are some platforms called as Zolo, Nestaway, Stanza, and all these platforms are coming up. So these platforms, what they do is, if you have a building, for example G+2 or G+3 or something, or if you don't have, you can take a loan. Since you're a doctor, they will give you a good loan. You can take that one G+2 building, give it off to Zolo. They will actually modify that. They would rent it. They will give you monthly this amount of money. Why I'm recommending this co-living is, the kind of rents you get in co-living is very high compared to traditional renting. For example, apartment is giving 30,000 per month for you as a traditional rent. Co-living would give you anywhere between 80,000 to 1 lakh. So you can actually, even if you apply for a loan and bought the G+2 with the co-living strategy, what happens is, you will get money, you will pay the EMI, and also you'll have some free cash flow. You'll always be on the positive side. Otherwise, in India, if you rent the house, you'll end up paying more as an EMI to the bank. It is always a negative cash flow in India. So co-living is one way I would recommend. So I contacted the Zolo guys recently. I just spoke to them. What they told me is, they only manage the whole thing. You don't have to break your head. Since you're a doctor, you have to focus on patient care. No, you can't take care of all these things. If you have a G+2 building, they will only take care of all the operations, getting the people there, running it, dealing with all the complaints, and they will take a share of it for maintenance, and then they'll give you the rent which they collected. So think about it. In the money go strategy, O is other passive incomes. The most exciting thing, I want all you guys to build passive incomes, because over a period of time, exponentially you'll get money. People are making lakhs from newsletters. You really don't know. Okay, there are some platforms called as Beehive, Substack, and all that. Even with 10,000 subscribers, you can actually make lakhs of rupees per month. Okay, so what you need to do is here you need to log into Beehive or Substack. Just log in with your email ID. Start writing about some area in a niche. Don't write about everything. For example, if you are a pulmonologist, just write about lung health and how to take care of your lung, and how to be winter ready. When you're going to high altitudes, how you should be ready. Or when your family is sick, how to take care. Keep writing in the same zone. You'll build followers globally, and then if you put ads there, you can make a lot of money as passive income. Okay, or I don't want to do all that. Then you can go for online courses. Like you can make your own course in Udemy, Teachable, and you can go to actually Marrow, tell them what you want to do. Or so many platforms are there. Okay, Udemy and Teachable, and then Coursera, all these platforms. If you have a course with you, if you have some kind of a audience for that, if you prove to them, then you can launch your course there. It will sell. And then you can also write some books in some areas to educate people. If you know how to write books, then if it becomes a bestseller, you can make a lot of money. And you can start telemedicine consultations with Practo, M-Fine, and all that in your free time. You can do teleconsultations and make some money. All these are different ways you can actually make money. So if you ask me, YouTube making money is you can make, but the thing is, you need to do it for longer years, and you have to expose yourself, and many doctors wouldn't want to do that. So that is why, if you really are okay to expose yourself to public, and then if you are looking at in a longer run where you're ready to invest 4 to 6 years into the game, and consistently you want to make videos and all that, YouTube is a better platform. And if I want quick followers, I am more entertaining type of a content creator, then go for Instagram. And if you are more of a professional kind of a person, if your age is between anywhere 40 to 60, then LinkedIn content also is coming up. Okay, think about it based on your strength. Okay, if you are elderly person, in LinkedIn you can actually talk authoritatively about some area, so people would follow you there. And some people are telling that the kind of conversion that you can do on LinkedIn is better than other platforms, but I would always prefer YouTube. Okay, anyway, coming to last vehicle, that is, it's not a vehicle, it is about, W is about wealth compounding. See, what you need to understand is starting early is the most important. In compounding magic, you don't understand. So if you start early, the whole video I started with saying that I wasted my first 5 years. If you had invested that first 5 year money in different vehicles, they would have made more money than what I earned as a doctor till now. So reinvest all the gains that you're making, live below your means, and then stick to the budget. Okay, you make budget. If you cannot do, you give to your family, they will make the budget. You live within that. You just spend some 10-15,000 in a month for yourself. The rest of the money you put it for investments. Unnecessary expenses, lifestyle inflation, and all that you should not do. See, I shifted to a gated community after I think when I crossed 40. Okay, almost like 15 years I've been slogging, and then I stayed in a small apartment, saved all the money. Now I shifted to a good lifestyle, because I think now I can do that. But if I had done all those lifestyle inflations in the early part of my career, then I wouldn't be in a situation to save some good amount of money. So what I'm trying to tell is, initially live below the means and then reinvest the money. And since the kind of salary you get, even if you're staying in abroad like Middle East and England or Australia, even there this rule applies. See, there even more you'll end up spending all the money. So try to live below the means, even if you're earning good amount of money, and then invest in all the funds, and then you will actually grow a lot of money for 15-20 years. If you do, after that you can start spending you'll get the discipline. You will get basically after that. You will not do unnecessary spending, because that becomes your like at DNA level. You will get that practice, because it's a skill. Living below the means is a skill, and then you have to build that skill, and then over a period of time it becomes a habit for you, and then you won't spend unnecessarily. You'll be thinking twice when you have to waste the money, and then you'll try to use your time productive basically, and all those things are like, you enter that positive vicious cycle when you do things like that. And spending and going for parties and doing all the crap things and all that is a negative vicious cycle you would enter. So that's the thing. So, and there are so many additional instruments, but I didn't recommend FDs and ULIPs and bonds and all these things. I don't really like. So your wish. Final takeaway: high risk, high reward are crypto, and then low cap equity mutual funds and all that. Medium risk good growth is real estate, gold and all that. Low risk is government funds like NPS, debt funds, PPF and all that. Passive income sources are like co-living spaces, and then telemedicine, the courses you are making, newsletters, YouTube and all that. So diversify smartly, start early, grow steadily guys, and follow the money growth strategy, and then you financially will become independent in a 15 to 20 year period, or maybe 10 to 15 year period, and after that you don't have to work maybe, and then you can actually work on your passive income sources, and then you can actually chill by having a big G plus 2 3 buildings. If they're giving you monthly 3 to 4 lakhs, why do you have to work? Correct, no? So that is what you have to plan for building. Thank you very much for following the video till now. I think this video will help a lot of guys, and as a community we have to grow, and then we have to help a lot of people in future. That is what we should target. If you want to know more about this kind of investing and all that, you can join that mentoring program. Link is there in the description. I can sit one-on-one and help you in understanding what these actual vehicles are and what I actually do, and I can tell all those things. I even have a personal advisor also, even maybe he can also help you in investing the money in mutual funds. Okay, thank you very much guys. Thank you all, and see you bye in the next video.